Astoria to the Rockaways. It's time for the Queen's New Yorker. And here is the man giving you all the info, your uber snazzy and jazzy host, Mr. Jason
Thank you, Jason Kelly, and good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of the Queen's New Yorker, right here on Mixcloud, YouTube, and possibly Instagram if we can get the darn thing working. That's right. We're finishing up the southwestern part of the borough today on episode number 39 on this Sunday afternoon, December 15th, 2019. Well, hope you're enjoying your weekend here, because I know where it is right now. If you're in New York right now, if you're in Queens, you are freezing your bahubas off because it is cold. That's right. It is cold. It's rainy. And, well, in general, it's just pretty much, it's going to be turning to snow tonight. Temperatures are probably going to be dipping down into the teens and 20s, and the real field temperature is going to be more or less like 5 degrees or something of that sort. Well, we're going to be getting that next stretch of weather as well, too. We'll be in the upper 50s at night, in the 70s during the day. And then by Wednesday, we're going to hit to the 47-degree mark from the nighttime low. Ooh, boy. But I'll be safe in my pajamas and sleeping. But still, it's not fun to be out there. If you don't have to be out there, then stay home, keep warm, so that way you don't catch a cold or anything. And speaking of colds, I'm getting over mine. I finally am sounding a lot better today. You just catch these things and people just spreading stuff around. So I didn't get a flu shot this time. This was one of the things that I didn't do because I wanted to see if I could get through it. But I know darn well it's just one of those things where you're going to catch something, you're going to catch something no matter what happens. So anyways, let me tell you what's been going on here with the YouTube channel, because that's where the meat and bones of everything is. I'm going to call myself Meat Bone. Last episode 38 on the history of Richmond Hill, my hometown, got 20 views, 6 comments, a like and a dislike. Strange. Really strange. But what are you going to do? The overall views for the channel, 882, 18 away from 900, and 118 away from 1,000. Oh, boy. I cannot wait to do 1,000. A thank you for 1,000 views. And we have right now also 138 subscribers, and we continually grow. Thank you so much for your continued support of the Queen's New Yorker. We're here to help each other as the YouTube community is finally cleaning up, and I do mean cleaning up the stuff on YouTube. The content is getting better, which means the material is going to get better, and hopefully people will start making money, and you don't have to worry about anything, because as long as you keep clean and you stay to your topic, that's going to be the big thing. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how did it feel living in New York for the first 17 years of your life? Put it this way, folks. I was truly blessed to live in a great area of South Richmond Hill, South Ozone Park. Everything was there that we had. Convenience. You could walk to the grocery store. You could jump on a train. You could take a bus. You could do anything you want. Everything was in walking distance. If you had a few bucks in your pocket, if you were hungry, you go into a restaurant, get yourself a sandwich, get yourself a slice of pizza. If you were really hungry, you would go get some Chinese food, whatever you wanted. We had everything. The culture was there. The people were nice. And even on those cold days, somehow we were always warmed up with a cup of hot chocolate and some Christmas cookies. So you got your 4 seasons. What more could you want? So I can understand for people who are still up there saying it's cold, it's rainy, it's dreary. You got to make the best of these situations. I miss it very much because I've been down here 24 years. So, you know, it's part of history, and I enjoy sharing it with you. And I'm truly blessed to have people who have never heard of this borough or the in-depth version of it, who have heard of it but have never really known where it came from or the history of it. This is the show that pretty much tells you the history of it. I want to thank a few subscribers who I have had the honor and privilege of looking at their content. First off is Gallagher. Gallagher is a big YouTuber out there. He basically is how I'm getting my subs, because with little tips and tricks, he's helping all of us subscribe to everybody else's channels, and we're all helping each other out. Gallagher, thank you. The other person I want to mention is Action Kid. Action Kid, he's probably in his teens, and what he does is he goes on these walking tours with his camera, with his selfie stick, and he'll walk from one point to another point in a specific area. Could be any borough. I love the Queens ones because I know I can familiarize myself with it. And he'll start at a specific spot, and he'll walk, and he'll give you descriptions exactly like we are, but he'll give you real live footage of it. And that's his is a little more advanced because I think he lives in that. When you live in New York, you can pretty much do that. But I love his material. Thank you, Action Kid. There's another person also too, as well. Let me see real quick. Who is it? And I could tell you who the subscriber is. I want to say it is. Can't remember. Let me see, because I just subbed to him about maybe not even about a couple of days ago, I would think. Let me see. Yeah. Charua NYC. Charua NYC basically gives you his channel is great. It's a little bit of everything from cars and auto shows, slot machines to parades from different countries. Very interesting and fun. Hope you like it. Subscribe. And pretty much also with New York. I love the New York videos. Charua NYC. We'll give you links to these channels so that way you can definitely enjoy that. All right, but it's time to get on here and talk about the final neighborhood in the borough, and that is Woodhaven of the southwestern part of Queens, because next time we're going to go into the Rockaways with episode 40. All right, Woodhaven. It's a middle-class neighborhood located in the central section of the borough. It's bordered on the north by Park Lane South and Forest Park, on the east by Richmond Hill, on the south by Ozone Park and Atlantic Avenue, and on the west by the Cypress Hills neighborhood of Brooklyn. Woodhaven, once known as Woodville, has one of the greatest tree populations in the borough and is known for its proximity to the hiking trails of Forest Park. Woodhaven contains a mixture of urban and suburban land uses with both low-density residential and commercial sections. It retains the small-town feel of bygone days and is home to people of many different ethnicities. Woodhaven is located in Queens Community District 9, and its zip code is 11421. It is patrolled by the New York City Police Department's 102nd Precinct. Politically, Woodhaven is represented by the New York City Council's 28th, 30th, and 32nd districts. Now, Jamaica Avenue, the neighborhood's main thoroughfare, has its beginnings in an ancient Native American trail called the Old Rockaway Trail. The northern boundary of the Rockaway Territory was the terminal moraine of the Wisconsin Glacier, which formed the ridges of Forest Park. Now, according to the New York City Parks Department, Forest Park itself, which overlooks and abuts Woodhaven, was inhabited by the Rockaway and Lenape Native Americans until the Dutch West India Company settled the area in 1635. Native Americans in the area used the arrowwood stems prevalent in Forest Park for arrow shafts. Now, European settlement in Woodhaven began in the mid-18th century as a small town that revolved around farming with Ditmar, Lot, Wyckoff, Swydam, and Senediker families. British troops successfully flanked General George Washington's Continental Army by a silent night march from Gravesend, Brooklyn, through the lightly defended Jamaica Pass, actually located in Brooklyn, to win the Battle of Long Island, Queens, which is the largest battle of the American Revolutionary War and the first battle after the Declaration of Independence. Later, Woodhaven became the site of two racetracks, the Union Course, 1821, and the Centerville, 1825. Union Course was a nationally famous racetrack situated in the area now bounded by 78th Street, 82nd Street, Jamaica Avenue, and Atlantic Avenue. The Union Course was the site of the first skin or dirt racing surface, which was a novelty at the time. These courses were originally without grandstands, and the custom of conducting a single 4-mile race consisting of as many heats as were necessary to determine a winner gave way to programs consisting of several races. Match races between horses from the south against those from the north drew crowds as high as 70,000, and several hotels, including the Senedeker Hotel and the Forschbach Inn, were built in the area to accommodate the racing crowds. A Connecticut Yankee, John R. Pitkin, developed the eastern area as a workers' village and named it Woodville in 1835. In 1853, he launched a newspaper. In that same year, the residents petitioned for a local post office. To avoid confusion with a Woodville located upstate, the residents agreed to change the name to Woodhaven. The original boundaries extended as far south as Liberty Avenue. Two Frenchmen named Charles Lalance and Florian Grosjean launched the village as a manufacturing community in 1863 by opening a tin factory and improving the process of tin stamping. Now, as of 1900, the surrounding area, however, was still primarily farmland, and from Atlantic Avenue, one could see as far south as Jamaica Bay, site of present-day John F. Kennedy International Airport. Since 1894, Woodhaven's local newspaper has been the Leader Observer. And that's a look at the final neighborhood of the southwestern part of Queens, Woodhaven. We'll talk about demographics a little later on down the line. Next week or next time we get together, folks, it's going to be the Rockaways. And the first city in the Rockaways that we're going to be looking at is the city of Arvine. But we'll look at the main article of the Rockaway Queens and give you all of that history long before we get in there. And it's a long one to start it off, and then, of course, we'll start off with Arvine on episode 41. The Rockaways starts next time, right here, folks, on the Queens New Yorker, right here on YouTube, Mixcloud, and Instagram, if we can get the darn thing working. I'm Jason DeCanio. Have yourself a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.
You have been watching the Queens New Yorker. This is Jason Kelly on a Jason DeCanio internet presentation. Thank you for your support.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Derek Dyson Network for great more content like this one.